Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Danielle Percival.
And I'm Jonathan Sellers. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Sports.
Elton John once said, "Saturday night's all right for fighting," and the Trojan men's team took the court Saturday night, fighting a 4-game home losing streak. And as it turns out, Saturday night was the Trojans' night. On Saturday night, the Trojans picked up their first victory on the home court in over a month as they beat Louisiana Monroe 91-63. The 28-point margin of victory was the largest Troy has ever had in a Sun Belt game. And head coach Don Maestri said having the home crowd out to cheer on the Trojans was important for his team.
When you played as poorly as we did the last two home games, and we had more people here tonight than we did for those games, that was a great show of support. And we talked about it at halftime and said, you know, we had that many people come out, bad weather and all that, to support you. Well, let's make sure we perform well again in the second half and show our appreciation to them. So the crowd was important, and they were into it, and I think that made it a fun game for everyone.
And the crowd definitely got a show. The Trojans tied an NCAA record, shooting 11 consecutive three-pointers. Emil Jones started the streak of 11 in a row with a three-pointer as the buzzer sounded to end the first half. That momentum carried over into the second half as 5 other Trojans contributed during the run. Jones started the streak, but also ended it with a miss with 5:28 to go in the game. Jones said they didn't know their streak was close to an NCAA record.
I wish I would have known that. I might have took a better shot, but hey, I mean, that's 11 in a row. Hey, that's great.
And when you're out there playing, you don't really, I mean, it's hard to focus on stuff like that, but one guy started hitting, everyone started hitting, and then, they were going in. It felt like everything we were throwing up was going in.
The Trojans shot 71% from three-point range in the second half, and Wright said the team knew despite going into halftime up 16, they had to come out ready to play in the second half.
I feel like we did a good job staying focused at halftime. I mean, of course, we were feeling good after that Kobe-like shot Emil hit over here, but we definitely settled down coming out, and that was big because we could have easily just kind of took them easy, and they could have fought right back into the game because 20 minutes left, that's a lot of time to play.
And Thursday night, the Trojans were taking on the team at the top of the Eastern Division of the conference, Middle Tennessee. Entering the matchup, Middle was undefeated in conference play, and they still are after taking the game 71-58. The Trojans were up by 2 at the 10:20 mark of the first half, but that was the last time they would be in the lead. The Trojans had a season high in turnovers with 19 on the night, and the Blue Raiders got 20 points off of turnovers. Mo Weathers had another high-scoring game with 22 points to lead all scorers. And while Weathers did not lead the team in scoring last Saturday, he was a key factor in the team picking up the victory. One of the main leaders on the men's basketball team goes by more than just his name and number. While he is number 1, he is simply Mo. Will Weathers, or Mo Weathers, is the Trojans' starting point guard, and as Coach Don Maestri says, the quarterback of this team.
I think, you know, there's so much that revolves around his play. When Mo is on his game, everybody else feels more secure. You know, he's the quarterback. He's the one that runs the show.
Saturday night, Weathers recorded his first double-double of the season, scoring 12 points and recording 12 assists. Those 12 points were more than he had in the past 3 games combined.
Mo played exceptional tonight. I mean, I saw him in warm-ups, and he just looked like he was focused going in today. He's been in the gym all week, and that helped out a lot. I mean, he was taking the shots they gave to him, and then when they weren't giving them to him, he was just finding the open man. And he played probably the best game I've seen him play since I'm playing with him. He was a pass-first guard and shot the ones that were there.
He came out and played aggressive, and that's just not scoring the ball. He had 12 assists. So, I mean,
yeah,
he's getting everybody involved.
Those 12 assists were the most posted by a Trojan this season. Coach Maestri says it's important to the team for Weathers to have success.
Well, I know they think when they're shooting well, he plays better, but that's not the case. When Mo plays better, we all play better. And he's got a lot of pride in his game, and I was happy that he started off so well because it juiced everybody else up.
He kind of spearheaded us playing well tonight. It was everything he was doing. He was diving on the floor. He was talking in the huddles. He was doing everything that a leader should do.
This is Weathers' second season starting for the Trojans.
The women's basketball team ended a 3-game homestand last Saturday and in the process looked to snap an 8-game losing streak. The Trojans took on Louisiana Monroe, and as Dustin Carroll tells us, the game went right down to the wire.
The Troy women's basketball team came into Saturday night's game against Louisiana Monroe, hoping to snap an 8-game losing streak and pick up their first conference victory of the year. Well, they were merely seconds away and one possession from accomplishing that feat. Down one, senior guard D'Angelo Sword was stripped of the ball with 3 seconds to go, which led to a layup as time expired, giving Monroe the 49-46 win. Coach Mike Murphy says one play does not decide a game.
Just came up a little short, but that's the way it goes. And in a close game, I told the players that, the last shot of the game doesn't win the game. Every shot wins the game. Whereas the first one or last one. Every rebound is important, first or last. Every turnover is important, first or last. So I'm grateful for the work ethic. I'm grateful for their positive attitude, their willingness to show up every day and work hard.
The Trojans struggled most of the first half, leading to a 30-20 halftime deficit. But in the second half, on 2 separate occasions, Troy went on a 6-0 run and a 14-1 run, cutting the lead to 1. Murphy says you can contribute much of the second half success to their work on the offensive boards.
But you shoot 28% and lose by a single shot. You're really doing some good things defensively, and you're really doing some good things on the glass. We held them to 30%. This is the second time this year at home we've held a team to 30% and gotten beat. The last 6 minutes was critical because we rebounded the ball. We had several offensive rebounds off of good looks that just didn't fall.
Despite the 1-point loss, Coach Murphy says his team's effort was night and day compared to Thursday's game.
Thursday was the first time really all season I've been disappointed in how we competed. And tonight was just the opposite. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we got them in here early Friday, and we played Thursday night. We practiced at 8:30 Friday morning, and it wasn't a walkthrough. I mean, we were getting up and down the floor, and the kids bought into that.
Dustin Carroll, Trojan Sports Now.
The Trojans' woes continued on the road Thursday against Middle Tennessee, losing 82-52. The Blue Raiders remained undefeated in the Sun Belt, while Troy went to 1-18 overall and 0-8 in the league. D-Sword led the Trojans with 10 points in the loss.
The Trojan women's track and field team opened their indoor season in Murfreesboro, Tennessee this past weekend. The women picked up 3 top 3 finishes in the meet, including a second-place finish for the 4x400 team of JaCourtney Alexander, Ariel Cavazos, Veronica Bryant, and Candace Vaughn. Freshman Haley Watts picked up a 3rd-place finish in the pole vault, and teammate Taylor Pullen finished right behind her in 4th. This was the team's first meet, and head coach Jill Lancaster says it was a good showing.
We knew we were coming off a holiday training cycle. Some teams are in their 4th competition, so their kids had stayed through the holidays to train. And we knew that with a long break, we sent them home. We hadn't done much tech work, but we looked strong, we were powerful, and we can insert the tech now. So we came out with a lot of confidence, and they came in and watched film. They see that they're ahead of maybe where they were a year ago, and that's a lot of confidence because we know we're just getting started, and we have some that are halfway through their season already.
And the team returned to action Wednesday in the Birmingham combined events. Junior Jasmine Patton moved to 9th ranked for pentathlon at Troy with a total of 2,823 points in her first ever multi. Junior Veronica Bryant placed 4th in the shot put with a distance of 10.76 meters.
Both the men's and women's tennis teams continued their string of ranked opponents to start the year. Last Saturday, the men went on the road to 21st ranked Auburn, losing 7-0 to the Tigers. For the women's team, it wasn't any easier. They were facing the defending national champion and current #1 team, Florida Gators, on Tuesday. Troy struggled against the Gators, falling 7-0.
And in case you somehow missed it, the Giants are heading to Super Bowl 46. That means a trio of Trojans will be in the NFL's biggest game. Lawrence Tynes, OCU Manura, and Jarrell Jernigan. Tynes kicked the game-winning 31-yard field goal in overtime to send the 49ers packing. His kick won the Giants the NFC Championship and sends New York to a Super Bowl 42 rematch against the Patriots. The Giants beat the previously unbeaten Patriots in that Super Bowl game 4 years ago. The Trojans' chance to shine on the NFL's biggest stage comes February 5th in Indianapolis.
Well, still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the weekend's upcoming action. And also, we know the Giants made it to the Super Bowl, but find out how each of the former Trojans did against the 49ers.
But first, I had the chance to sit down with the man in charge of the athletic department. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.
Trojan Sports Now.